is fresh color, and that's what I would squeeze out from the tube. And these are some of the wells. They don't look as pretty, but I know exactly where these colors belong to. This one I'm using here is alizarin crimson permanent. Now what I'm going to do is take that alizarin crimson and add water to change its value. It's directly out of the tube, so it's pretty thick in terms of its consistency. I could have just squeezed the tube of color right in this area next time. And I add some water to change the value of it. I know it's still not the right value. How do I know it's not the right value? Well, once in a while, I'll test it. I'll test it at the back of the paper to see if this is the, it's dark. I would like it a little lighter. I'm actually safer by having it a little lighter than darker. Just in case it's necessary, I can go over one more time right on top of it and make it darker. But initially, if I make it too dark in this process, it's very difficult to make it lighter. That's the thing about the watercolor. When you put it down on paper, if you think it has the right value, you are wrong, because it's going to dry much, much lighter. So I keep on making lighter. There is a rule I try to follow. One is, how much puddle do I need? Make puddle enough for yourself and your neighbor. I think I have enough for myself. Maybe I need a little bit. No, I think this would be good enough. I want to cover up a big part of this area with this puddle, as you can see from my pattern or the value sketch. Right now, I really don't have to go back there anymore, since I'll just cover mostly like 1/3 of this sheet with this big puddle, one flat wash. Giving a flat wash also requires a little bit of experience. If the painting was flat, then you tend to get some blossoms and blooms when you give these flat washes. But having it in a vertical position, there is less possibility of getting those blossoms and blooms that sometimes becomes undesirable. The paper is stable enough, it will not, I don't need to staple it, I don't need to tape it, I don't need to do anything. I'm just holding this piece of paper so it don't fall off. Other than that, there is no other purpose. It will not buckle. I start from the top. Oh, that is red and that is pink. If you think it is too light, this is probably the time when you can go and add more water to your paint and then apply it. But I think I'm okay, just in case you run into that situation. When you have this puddle like this, and then you apply a little bit of wash, what I call it's a wash, make sure there's a little bit of bead that forms at the bottom, and next time you pick up another load with a brush, overlap that bead slightly. This squirrel hair brush that I am using over here, it carries a lot of moisture. It's better to have a brush which can carry a lot of moisture or color. Otherwise, every so often, you'll have to go and dip into that puddle. And that has a tendency sometimes to form streaks. As much as possible, I like to avoid those streaks. You also have to watch once in a while if there is a run, vertical run. Try to catch them before it comes down real hard. I like to keep most of the colors a transparent color, mostly the dye colors, and that's one reason why I chose alizarin crimson. Alizarin crimson is a dye color. It's a very clear and it's very transparent. If you choose heavily pigmented color, for example, burnt umber or even French ultramarine blue or even cobalt blue, these are pigmented colors, and they tend to form more streaks or sediments. This part is drying out, so I'm going to move in this area. Not too much concerned about that right now, because some of these things will be covered either with another color or a darker value. So wherever there's a darker value, I don't worry a whole lot.